Hello there, greetings from Zarzax IT Training and Projects. So in this video, we are going to discuss about how to deploy the model, how to deploy the model using Django or system. So in our part 1, we have already discussed about how to design the model for this particular type of a disease called cardiovascular, which is also called a CVD. So in our next video, we'll try to see how to deploy using Django as services. As far as Django is concerned, it is just a framework, remember, okay, and usually we use in development area, not in the deployment area. Development and testing, generally we use Django system. The complete Django system works on the principle of MVT, where M stands for model. Suppose if you want to fetch the data, we can fetch the data using the model. Okay, the data can be any kind of an external resources here. So in our part 3, we will try to see how to integrate the PostgreSQL through this model. When it comes to view is the heart of Django, where all the processing will takes place. And when it comes to template is nothing but where all your HTML files are stored. HTML, CSS, okay, and next CSS, okay, JavaScript files are stored here. Now if you want to fetch the data from the user end, so generally we try to fetch the data using the concept called URL here. Okay, for the request and response, generally we use URL system here. We'll try to see in the hands-on session how to do how to fetch or how to deploy our machine learning model using Django system. So what I have done here is, for the development, not development, for the design of the model, I have used Jupyter Notebook, and for the development purpose I'm going to use my Spider IDE here. In our last session we have already seen, okay, how to design the model. In the last line you can see I have designed the model. Okay, I have named that particular model in the form of finalize_model.sav. Now, okay, this, the moment when you execute this, which is in the write byte format, so you will get the file. Okay, so go to your exact the location where your the project is stored. So you can see here there is an option called, okay, file called finalize_model.sav. So directly you download, select that file and download button. So what I have done, I have already downloaded that and I have stored that file on my desktop here. Have a look on this. Okay, so this file is stored on my desktop location. Now next is, it's time to set the framework. Okay, Django. So here already in my system I have created one library where all my projects are available. So I have created for disease type of the projects, okay, or sorry, for health related projects, I have a project wise playlist where I have created one folder called CVD. So inside this CVD, okay, all the project related to CVD or the file related to CVD I'm going to store here. So what I will do, I'll just right away, I'll try to copy this location. Now next is, okay, I'm going to open my Anaconda prompt. So once after a successful installation of the Anaconda Navigator, you get the Anaconda prompt, okay, where you can install all your environment. Now next is, since this location is in my D folder, so let me try to migrate right from E to D. So inside the D, so now you can see already I was practicing. So I am in the exact location now, okay, where I'm going to store my all the files. Now you can see cardiovascular. Next we have some videos, that is nothing but the part 1 video already I have here. Next is, it's time to install Django. Okay, so regarding about installation, it's pretty straightforward. Okay, so if you want to install, so what you can do is you can use pip command, pip install, next Django. Okay, Django, shift and enter it. This may little take time. In my system already it is installed, so it will display me like all the files are satisfied here. So let me try to pause the video and I'll get back to you once after successful installation of Django. Okay, so now you can see all the requirements already satisfied here. So already I have installed. Those who have installing first time, you can use the command called pip install Django. Let me pause it. Have a look on this. So Django is successfully installed now. So all the files are satisfied here. Let me try to clear the screen first. So to clear the screen, so you can run the command like cls. Hold on. So now the screen is cleared. Now it's time to create the folder. Okay, so to folder to keep all my the project file. Okay, so to create the folder in Django, generally we use django. Okay, django command. Hold on. Yeah. So to create the folder, project folder, so you can make use of the command like django hyphen admin. Okay, hyphen admin. Now next there is a method called start project. Okay, start project, and let's try to give the name of the project. So let's say the name of the project is cardio. So I'll just give cardio because already a cardiovascular folder is available in my system. Next is enter it. So it will try to create one folder with the name of cardio. So now you can see here it got successfully executed. Let's try to go to that exact path, okay, where my all the files are located. So this is my exact path. So now you can see here I have the folder called cardio. The beauty of the Django is, so it automatically try to create all the supporting files which are required for the execution of the project. So as far as this cardio, you can see one more subfolder here, cardio. Okay, and this is the main file here, manage.py. Inside this we have some more files like initialization, settings. We'll talk about this one, what is initialization. Even I'm going to use setting and URL, as I told you in the diagram. Okay, URLs, we'll try to use all these files, okay, for the successful deployment of our the project. Along with this one, so you can create a number of apps here. Okay, for let's imagine that you have a number of the disease models. So for individual disease model, you can have the individual app here. Okay, similarly, like how we have created the project folder, again we have to create one more subfolder inside the cardio. Okay, as in the name of app. So what I will do again, if we want to create, again we need to go to this particular the folder. So to go to particular folder, what you can do is cd cardio. Okay, so right now I'm in cardio folder. Okay, so inside this again we need to create one app. Okay, to create the app, so again you can run the command like django say admin. Okay, now next is start app. This time I'm going to use the method called start app to create the app. So let's try to create the app in the name of first app. Okay, shift. Okay, next enter it. So it will try to give me the another folder, okay, subfolder inside the cardio folder, okay, with the supporting file here. Again I will go to that exact location and see what changes has taken place here. Now you can see I had only cardio and manage, which is nothing but my main file. Now along with that one I have one more file called first app, okay, which is nothing but my first app. This also comes with the supporting files. Have a look on this admin, which is a default file. Models, suppose if you want to connect your model with a database, we can make use of the models that I'm going to demonstrate in my third part of the video. Next we have views.py. okay, so hope you are clear now. Almost my the platform, okay, for the deployment of the model is ready. Okay, I have created the folder. Inside the folder I have all the supporting files, and this is going to be my the main file here. Okay, so after that, so what I will do, let me try to open my the spider. Okay, so spider, let's go to spider. So this is this is the main dashboard of the spider. You can see here where you will be having where, okay, where you can write the code here, you can execute. This is going to be the terminal, and this is the library systems. So since let's go to the library, let's try to open all the files, okay, which are required to deploy my machine learning model. Let's go to the exact location let's say the location which is in D. So inside the D I have YouTube uploaded files. Next project playlist, CVD. Under CVD I have cardio. Select the folder. Now next is this is going to be my the path, so you can see here the path here. Now next is, okay, hit on files here. So it will give me all the files, okay, nothing but subfolder like cardio. Next we have another one called first app, okay, with all the supporting files here. Next we have the main file called manage.py. Now next is the most important, we need to do some configuration in setting files. So now you can see here I have under under my first app, sorry under my main subfolder, okay, we have one file called settings. Okay, so we need to configure. Already I have created one the app here, so we need to call this app inside the settings file, okay, which is nothing but my cardio sub file. Let me try to click on, okay, hit on this. So you will get the code like this. Okay, so nothing to worry here, is this is already predefined the code. The only thing is we need to configure as per our requirements. So next is, so here you can see here installed app, we should tell the Django that we have created one app, okay, and search for the file even in app also. Okay, so give the name as it is how you have given while creating the first app. Okay, so first app I have given, and end this one with the semicolon. Now save it. That means now in the setting file I'm calling my first app also. Similarly, if you have n number of app, so you need to call all the apps under install apps file. Now next is, it's time to create a simple HTML file, and we will try to create the simple HTML file, and we will see, okay, whether it is possible to access that simple HTML file using Django server. Okay, so let me pause this. Yeah, so to do that, so what we can do is, there is an the file here urls.py. So hit on this urls.py. so we need to call that urls.py file here. Okay, but before that one we need to import the first app what we have created, okay, as far as this project is a concern. To do that one, so what I will do, I can import that one using the method called from. Next is, let's say first app. Next is, after first app, let's say import, okay, import views. Okay, import views. Okay, so views is a heart of the Django process where actual execution takes place. So I'm going to import first app. Okay, I'm going to import first app. Sorry, I'm going to take this first app. Okay, and I'm going to import that one in views here. Now let's try to create one URL. Okay, by default URL, okay, I'm going to create. Okay, so where, let's say you have an index.html, so you can fetch that index.html using this default URL. So if you want to create a URL, so you go to URL patterns here. Okay, so under URL patterns, so you can call the URL by using a path. Let's try to create a path and give the default. Okay, so if you want to have a default, just have to colon here, don't give the space in between that two okay, the comma here. Next is views dot home. We'll talk about this, what exactly the views dot home. So I'm going to create one method called home here. Okay, so and then, okay, in views I'm going to call, and that I'm going to fetch using this particular part called views.html. Okay, views.home. Now next, let's try to give the name for this. So the name be, let's say the name of this the file be home. Okay, so I'll try to give the name as home here. Now next, always remember, end this one with the semicolon. Save. Okay, shift. Okay, save this file. So already I have called now. Now next is we need to create one folder. Okay, so to create one folder, so generally what you can do, okay, manually you can create the folder. Let me or else you directly you can create the folder from here. So let me try to create the folder manually. I'll go to the exact location. So I have right now I have cardio and first app, okay, and I'm going to create one folder in the name of templates, okay, where all my HTML file I'm going to store here. So template, give the name as template. Okay, so template already done. So we need to call this now. After the successful completion of this, after creating the folder, we need to call this template inside the setting folder. Again, I'll go to my uh, spider notebook. So now you can see here, along with cardio first app, so you will get one more the folder called a template here. Now next is we need to call this template inside my setting.py folder. So go to your setting.py. So here there is an option called dir, directories. Have a look on this. So how many directories you are creating, you have to call here inside the directories. By default Django will give, it will create one static folder here. Have a look on this. So static folders by default it will create. So by if you want to create manually, you can create, and you need to call inside this dir. So let me try to call that one template. Give the same name how you have created the template, and that should be called within the single quote here. Okay, single quote. Let me have one quote here. Okay, so one quote here. Okay, next is one is here. So done. It's very simple. Okay, so next is it is done. Now you can see there is no error here, so that means I have called here. Let me try to save this. Now next, inside this, so we need to create one simple HTML file. Okay, just I'll try to create one simple HTML file, and after that we'll try to create the form. Okay, using the form we'll try to fetch the data from the client. Suppose if you want to create the form, right click on this template, go to file here. So it will redirect you to the exact path. Since here it is right now with the main folder, go to cardio. Inside the cardio, go to template. Okay, here I'll try to create in the HTML file in the name of index.html. Okay, so save it. Now you can see that reflection. You can see that file here. Have a look on this, and this is the main my HTML file here. For the time being, what I will do, I'll just try to copy and paste the general syntax. Let me try to copy the general syntax of HTML here. So let's try to copy. So I have copied this one from W3 School. So let's try to, so this is the general syntax of HTML. So next is, let's try to give the title here. My, let's say CVD, cardiovascular disease. Okay, cardiovascular disease. So next, let me try to remove this. So I'll try to use the heading, welcome to Django framework. Welcome to, let's say, Xerxes IT training and projects. Okay, so let's try to have a greeting message first, and we'll see whether this works or not. So sure, copy. Next is, if you want to run this, okay, to run this, what we need to do is, okay, we have to go to your Anaconda Navigator here. Sorry, prompt. Next is run Python. Okay, manage is nothing but manage.py is nothing but my main file here. Have a look on this. So you can check here. If you go to Spider, so we have one file called manage.py, which is nothing but the main file. Okay, all the executions start from this particular file. Let me go to command prompt. Next, if you want to run the server, type run server. Okay, run server, enter it. So if there is no error, okay, it will try to give me the default link. Okay, and I can run that default link using my local browser. We'll wait. So now you can see here there is an error. So that means I was not able to execute this. Why? Means it's showing like first app.views. Okay, so there is no attribute called home. So okay, we need to create one function inside the view. Again, let's go to spider. Okay, inside spider, next we should go to views. Where is a views here? Okay, so now you can see inside first app there is a views.py file. Click on this. So okay, it by default it try to import a render. Okay, so render is a technique where you can fetch all the HTML file or the content of the HTML file here. Okay, so I'll try to create one the method here. Let's say definition, let's say home. Okay, so because I have called home in my URL cell, have a look on this. Home I have called. Okay, so home I have called, so I'm calling home here. Home. Next is request. Okay, so called request here. Request. Next semi. Okay, comma. Okay, now next is if you want to render the entire file. Okay, so you can use return call render directly. Okay, so render. Next is after render call the request. Okay, method request. Now next is call that index.html, which is nothing but my the file name what I have stored inside the template index.html. Perfect. Now next is let's try to run this again. Okay, I'll go to my the browser here. Okay, and anaconda prompt. Next let's try to reload this again. So suppose if I want to reload, let me try to if you want to come out from this server. Okay, so you can use control D. Now automatically the server has detected. Now you can see here. Okay, I'm getting the default link here. This indicates that the moment when you get this link, okay, this indicates that your program is working fine. Okay, so there are no error. Now next let me go to my browser. Okay, and type here localhost. Okay, colon 8000 here. Shift and enter it. It should give me the main file here. So title you can see here, cardiovascular disease, and this is my the content what I have written inside my HTML dot index.html. Welcome to Xerxes IT training and project. That shows that okay, so the base setup which is required, okay, to deploy my model is working fine. So there is no problem at all. Now next is it's time to fetch all the datas. Okay, it's time to fetch all the datas. But before that one, so what I will do, so whatever the model what I have designed, okay, so let me try to copy that model in the exact location where my all the folders of the files are available. So let me try to minimize, since as I told you my model I have copied here. Let me try to cut this model. Let me try to shift this model from my desktop, from the main screen to the project. So this is my project. Have a look on the cardio. So paste here in the main location. Okay, so I have pasted here in the main location. Now you can see yeah, so this is my model here. Now always remember, so the model should come here outside your these three templates. So you can use one more the folder called models, and all the models of your machine learning you can dump in that particular folder. Since I have only one model here, so I'll try to keep okay on the outside. Okay, it should be with the manage.py file here. Now next is after the successful manually okay transferring the model to the exact location. Now next is it's time to create the forms. Let's try to create the form so that I can fetch the data from the user. Okay, and generally while creating the form we make use of HTML index.html location. Now let me go to spider here. Again spider, now you can see here model, you can see the finalized model.sav here. Next let me go to index.html again. So after this okay, so I'll try to create the form. To create the form, I can make use of the tag called form. So use the tag called form. Next is after form action. So but before that one, I'll try to use the method called post. I'll try to use method called post, or else if you are not calling method called post, it will try to, by default it try to take the get method. Next I'll try to have the action here. So for the time being I'll try to keep the action as it is. I don't want to modify this. Next is, let me try to end this form. Okay, so end the form. Now next is, let's try to fetch the data one by one. To fetch the data one by one, what I can do is, again you go to your the Jupyter notebook where your exact the model is located. Here we need to fetch all the attributes, okay, from the Jupyter notebook. So while creating the form, okay, I need all the features here. So already let's go to the last section of this Jupyter notebook where I'm going to get all the features. Yeah, this is it. So we need to call all these features here. Okay, so let's try to take one by one. First I'll just try to demonstrate one, okay, and after that I'll try to pause the video because this takes a lot of time. Okay, let me go to Jupyter notebook. Here if you want to create, just copy this age, okay, just to display age. Remember age, it is in number of days here. Next is there is an option called type. Okay, use type, input type is, let's say, text. I'll try to give the text. You can explore this, okay. Since I'm designing the simple model, so I'll try to have required, so I'll use required field. Okay, so user have to feed the data here. Name, so when it comes to name, okay, so give the same name, let's say age here. Okay, so age. Next is close this. Next I'll try to have one line break statement. Okay, similarly I'll try to have two break statement here. Okay, now let me try to pause the video and try to fetch all the datas, okay, from my Jupyter notebook. But before that one, so since if you are using post method, okay, if you are using post method, there may be chances of hacking. Okay, so Django support even protects from hacking or unauthorized access. Okay, we can use CSRF tags here. Okay, I'll try to use CSRF tag. So to use CSRF tag, what you can do, you can create one flower bracket, percentage, in the middle of this percentage call CSRF underscore token. Okay, CSRF token. So this will allow us, it will protect the form from unauthorized data. So next is, let me try to pause now. So now you can see here all the features I have called. Okay, and I'm going to fetch all the data, okay, using the form technique here. So let's say gender, height, weight, okay, cholesterol, glucose, etc. Okay, same thing are available, all the features are available. So I have skipped the cardio is nothing but the target data. Okay, so where I'm going to predict here. Similarly, if you want to submit this, okay, we need to call one more tag here to submit this. Okay, for the submission, so you can make use of input. Okay, input, let's say type be submit, type equal to submit here. Okay, submit, it's very simple. Okay, so nothing much complicated, and later on we'll try to see, okay, we'll try to modify this. Okay, we'll try to take this one to the next level also, this project. So next is name, I'll try to keep as it is now, value, which is nothing but the button name. Okay, I'll try to give the button name be submit here. Next is close this, a tag. So after successful closing the tag, again we need to close the form also. Okay, form. Next, close it, save and see, okay, whether my server works or not. If any errors here, so it will display the error here. Let me try to check the server. So it's working fine now. Okay, so let's try to refresh my HTML page here. Okay, so let's try to refresh this. So yeah, perfect. Now you can see here all the forms. Okay, so the form is already I have created. Let me try to zoom in so that you can see perfect, okay, clearly. So submit button is also available. Okay, all the features. Okay, so I have created the form where from where the client can enter all the data here. Okay, so this is just a basic deployment of this particular project. Let me try to clear this. Okay, let's try to have some the familiar name here. Please enter the data. Let's say please enter the data. Please enter the data. Okay, or you can have any name here. Okay, it's pretty straightforward. Next is in the same way, what I'm going to do here is, so after the moment, let's say the client is submitting, the moment when the client submits the button, so very next to the button, okay, I want to display the result. Okay, the predicted data B, the predicted value B. Okay, so I'll try to have one simple tag here out, okay, out of the form. Let's try to have h1. Okay, h1, the predicted value is, okay, value is next. Okay, we'll try to work on this later after passing this data to our model. Okay, hope you are clear. So let me save this and let's see how it look like now. Let me refresh now. So after refreshing, okay, it should display me one more character here. Have a look on this. The predicted value is, okay, it should be either 0 or 1 here. Okay, so hope you are clear. Or else you can create one more HTML, let's say result.html, or you can shift that one to the result.html also. Okay, it's so simple. Next is so obviously, so whatever the data I'm getting from this form, okay, so we need to feed that data to the model. Okay, so we need to feed that data to the model. Okay, so how to feed that one? Okay, so to feed that one, generally what I will do, I'll go to views. Okay, inside the views, I'll try to create one more method here. Okay, let's say definition, let's say result. Okay, result, next say request. I'm going to have a request here. Request, next is, okay, after request, what we need to do here is we need to call, let's say we need to load the model. Okay, so to load the model, first, okay, we need to call one library here. Okay, so called joblib. Already I have used joblib, okay, to save the model. So I'm going to call joblib, and I'm going to import that one in views. Okay, so I'm going to import that one in views. Okay, views is nothing but the same folder here. Let me save this. Now next is, let's try to feed that data, whatever the data I'm fetching from the request, the form. Okay, so to feed the data, what I will do, I'll try to create one variable. Let's say cls equals to joblib. Suppose if you want to load the model, okay, so generally what we can do, we can make use of joblib.load and call the exact name. Okay, since my model is right now, the model is here, okay, in the main file. So let me try to copy the name of this. Hold on, it's taking time. So let me try to copy the name. Let's try to copy the name, same name. Okay, so next is, after that, let me go to spider, again paste it over here. Okay, paste it over here with the single quote. It's pretty simple. Okay, Django is very simple. Okay, when it comes to deployment of the machine learning model, or when it comes to web services. Okay, so next is, already my model is deployed now. I'll try to take one list. Okay, array list I'll take. Okay, array, and always remember, don't give any space in between two brackets here. Now next is, again, list. I'll try to append the data what I'm fetching from the user end. Okay, so to append, I can make use of list is nothing but my way, the array here. List.append method can be used here. Now next is request. Again, use the method called request dot, since I'm using post method. Okay, so called post here. Post should be in the capital letter here. Next is okay, in single quote, call that name. Okay, so the name is nothing but here, I think it was this age. Okay, so call this name. It should be, there should not be any, while calling the name, make sure that while calling the feature labels, don't commit any mistake. So I'll try to pause the video, like how I have done here in the index. Similarly, I have to call all the features, even in the case of views also. Well, so I have uploaded all the data here. Okay, just copy this, same copy. Okay, copy all the feature values here. Don't commit any mistake here, just better you copy and paste it instead of typing. So there may be, while typing, there may be a chances of committing mistake here. So I'm appending all the values here. Okay, so generally what happens, the moment, let's say, user is fetching that, okay, feeding the data, okay, from using the method form method, so that data will come and reside here inside the views. So that data again I'm going to store in the form of list, and the list will forward that data to, okay, finalize a model, and it will predict the value. Again it try to feed, okay, and it try to give back the result, and the result I'm going to store in some other variable. Okay, let's say, so result, whatever the result I'm getting, so let's say I want to store that one in, let's say a answer. Okay, answer, ans cls dot, okay, so my result now is in this cls now. Okay, so cls, there is a method called predict. Okay, predict, call predict, next call that list value. Okay, so list value, it's pretty very simple. Okay, so you need not to work more compared to, okay, php, etc. Now next is, after that, so I need to pass this value where, okay, on my html index, okay, where predicted value what I have shown here. So that means I want to display that value here. Okay, and after this the predicted value is, so here I want to show that. Okay, so to do that, so what I will do, again, let me try to finish this, the function called result or return. Okay, so return, let's say render. Okay, so to fetch all the html file here. Now next is I'm going to have request, same format how I have called my the home dot home method. Okay, so request, next is after request, so I'm going to, this is the interesting part here is, so request, whatever the data I'm getting it, okay, again it should go to my index.html file. So in other projects what I have seen, generally what the people will do, they try to create one more result.html file, and they try to call that result.html file over here. So what I'm going to do is, okay, since I'm using only one page, so I'm going to call, okay, index.html here. Okay, so that means the result I want to be in index.html. So next is, again I'm going to have dictionary here, context dictionary. So let's say answer, which is nothing but my key ans, okay, and the value is this one, answer. Okay, where my actual value of the results stored here. Okay, so next is, this is it. Okay, so let's try to save this. Let's try to save this. So after successful saving of this job lib, there is a problem here, invalid syntax job lib. What is that? Yeah, this the invalid syntax what generally is showing miss. So I need to call this in urls. So I'll go to urls. Okay, again I need to call one more here. Let's say here what I will do, again I'll create one path. Next is, let's say the path be results. Path B, let's say results. Let me try to check here how I have called here. Yeah, result. Okay, let me try to copy this. Copy. Next I'll go to urls here. Okay, call that results or result. Okay, result slash. Okay, slash you need to give for the next directory. Now next is views. Views dot result. Okay, so result is a method here. Next is you try to give the name here, so let the name be name equals to result. Okay, the result I have given. Next is, okay, end this one with the semicolon. Save this. Again you go to views. Again it's showing some certain kind of an error. What is that error? Anyways, let's try to run this one and let's see, okay, what error we are going to get here. So let me try to run the server. There is an, yeah, it's showing like job lib in views it's showing. Okay, let me pause the video and let me try to correct this one and I'll get back to you. Yes, perfect. So it was a typo mistake. It is only import job lib, not in views. Okay, already I'm in views here. Okay, so import job lib, that's it. Now you can see, okay, there is no error here. Let me save this and let's try to run the server again. Okay, and we'll see whether system works or not. It has, yeah, it's reloading. Just give a time. Okay, and let's see, okay, whether I'm going to get any extra error here or not. Let's see, give some time. Yeah, perfect. Now you can see there is no error, so we can run this. Okay, so to run this, what I will do, I'll try to give some valid data here. Okay, so let's try to give some valid data. Let's go to Jupyter Notebook. I'll try to have 18393. Okay, 18393, 18393. Gender is, let's say, 2. Okay, height is, let's say, it is giving height is 168, 62, 1110. 168, 62, 1110. Next is 80. Okay, cholesterol, let's see about cholesterol. Cholesterol 1, glucose 1, 110010, 110010, 1100 let's say BMI, body index rate, let's say 21.96 it is giving. So let's try to have 21.967. 21.967. Let's try to submit this. Hope for the best. No, it will not work. Okay, so yeah, it is not working because I need to call this. I have not called that okay, ENS in H1 tag here. So again I'll go to here. Next go to HTML here. Under HTML, have a look on this. I have predicted value is. Okay, so predicted value is, now I have to call this ENS. Okay, where the final result located. Okay, available. So to call this, generally what we do, we try to use 2 flower bracket like this. Okay, 2 flower bracket. Okay, under this 2 flower bracket, call ENS. Okay, call ENS. So let's say my value be ENS here. Okay, ENS. Okay, now let's try to run again. Let me save this. So after saving, let's try to run again. Let me refresh this again. Continue. Hold on. Okay, so next is, let's say 18393, 2, height is 168, 62, 110, 80, 1, 1, 0, 0, active, BMS is 23.50. Let me try to submit this again. So yeah, it is not displaying. There is something wrong here. So let me try to check. Okay, what is the wrong? Maybe the result where I have called. Okay, so maybe there is something wrong. So the problem is here. See, have a look on this. So I'm fetching the data, but I'm not transferring that data to views here. Okay, so we need to pass that data to use. To pass that data, there is an option here called action. Okay, so under action, so I need to pass that result. Okay, So I need to pass that result. So to pass that result, what I can do is I can have flower bracket here again, open bracket, open and close bracket. Next, percentage percentage. Okay, under percentage percentage you called URL. Okay, URL. Next, in the single quote, called result. Okay, called a result. Next, close this one. Let's try to run again. Let's see, okay, whether my uh, model works or not. It got saved now. Let me try to check whether it is working or not. It's working fine. Let me try to refresh my, okay, uh, main page HTML. Again we'll try to feed the data. Okay, 1839 to 168 62 110 80. Next we have 1. Next we have 1 again, 0 0 1. Let's say 23.5 here. Let's try to execute this. So it's executing. Let's see. We'll try to give some time here. So it's going to feed the data. This form will feed the data to my v.html, and from there through the array that will be passed to the model. Model will try to predict the value and it try to store the value in ANS, and I'm calling that ANS here. Okay, it takes little time since my configuration of the system is a very low configured system I'm using, so usually it takes a time. Let's see, let's hope for the best now. Let me try to pause. Boom, have a look. So the predicted value is a 0. Okay, it took little time, it has taken little time. Okay, but I got the 0. That means this particular person is not suffering from the cardiovascular disease. Now what you can see here is, have a look on this. So while passing the data, it was local, okay, host 8000. Now the result I'm getting under results here, localhost 8000 slash result. Hope you are cleared with this. You can explore this. Okay, you can take this one to the next level, because let's say the moment while feeding the data, okay, so I don't want to display this what I can say, the content. Okay, so after submitting the data I want to display the contents. That also we can do it. Let's try that one. I was working with that. Okay, so I was not able to do that one. Let's try again here. So what I will do, so there is one simple tag. Okay, if else, generally we call Jinja template. Okay, Jinja template. So I'll use percentage here, percentage. Inside the percentage you can use if ANS is nothing but my result over here. If ANS, this is it. Okay, so nothing much here. Next is end this one. Okay, so to end this, again use bracket percentage. Okay, so next is if you want to end, you can use end if. That's it. I'm hoping for the best. Let's see whether this will work or not. So let me save this one again. Let me try to refresh this again. Localhost. Let's see. Yeah, have a look on this. It's now, it is not displayed. It's not displaying here. Okay, that content is not there. Let me try to pass the values. Okay, gender, let's say 2, 168, let's say 62, 110, 80, 1, 1, smoke, let's say 0, 0, active is 1, let's say BMI 23. Submit it. Submit. Now I will give the time. I don't want to pause the video because it's working fine. Maybe it takes little time, but it gives a result. Let's hope for the best. So right now, see, I'm in the location called localhost result. Have a look on this result. It's not displaying. Okay, so it got the result, but it is not displaying, maybe due to some error. So you can explore this. Okay, you can explore and you can write in comments, okay, how to rectify this problem. Right now what I will do, I'll just try to remove this. Okay, and this is an assignment for you. You can explore and please let me know, okay, how to rectify that problem while deploying the model in machine learning. Let me try to refresh, and again let's try to uh, yeah, let's try to refresh this. Let's try to refresh and let's see what result I'm going to get here. Have a look on this. The predicted value is a 0. Okay, hope you are clear with this. If you really like my video, please subscribe my channel. In my next part, we will try to see how to store this data in database system using Postgres MySQL. So that means one copy should go to my the model, the another copy should go to my database. Let's try to see how to do that one in Django service. Okay, thank you very much.